So this morning we are once again on the whistle. We're sitting around the braai. We're enjoying our conversations with one of South Africa's greatest footballing captains for Bafana Bafana and Orlando Pirates. Our special guest today is the diminutive Benedict Vilakazi. Good morning, sir.
Morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm very well. It's brilliant to be able to speak to you. So, Benedict, what brought us to this point? I was surfing the net on Twitter like I normally am, week in, week out, and I saw an article in the newspaper of in 2007, your salary at Orlando Pirates, where you were captaining, managing the team on the field, was 10,000 rand. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true. I was earning 10,000 rand when I was playing for Paris 2007 before I leave and go to Denmark. Yes, that's true. I was earning 10,000.
Looking at the money that is now currently in the game, do you feel that is fair? Because you weren't just an ordinary back team player. Like when I was playing, and you and I have spoken about this off camera, my salary when we won the league at Rangers was 1,000 rand, but I wasn't at the level of player as you. Do you think that salary increment was right?
Well, at that time, I can't say much in terms of that, because the only thing that I was looking was for me to play football.
Yeah.
So, you only realize about money when now you started to be wise. Now you've got some responsibilities that you need to do. Now that's when you say, no, man, I'm not earning much actually the way I'm supposed to because of the responsibilities. And when you grow, that's when you see things that, man, actually I must take care of my sister, my brother, myself, my kids and all of that. So now that's when you start to realize that, man, I'm not earning much. But actually at that point, when I was earning that money, it was not an issue for me, because the issue that I had was for me to play. That was the issue, that I want to see myself playing week in, week out. So I didn't have that really much problem with that, because the only thing that was in me was to play football.
Let's go back to your club. Let's go back to Bafana Bafana. What was it like leading Pirates? What was it like being part of the Bafana Bafana setup?
My brother, to play for Pirates and to be a captain for Pirates, actually it was an honor for me, because if the history of that team, the team was born 1937, and playing the team that Chomosono they played for, or Chairman Kesam Dawood they played for. It's an honor for me really to really at that time to captain the team, and with the help of the chairman. The chairman was always there in terms of guiding me, helping me, and also making me understand how important it is to play for Pirates and to lead Pirates, because Pirates it's a big team in Africa, not in South Africa only, in Africa. And the history tells you that it's in South Africa, it's the only team that at that time had a star, until now, Sundowns. So at that time, you always remind me to say, look, you are not just playing for an ordinary team, but you are playing for a team that in Africa, they've got a star. So when you go inside that field of play, know that there's a lot of people that you're representing when you're wearing that jersey. Remember that there's a star on that jersey, and just not a mistake for the team to have that star. So you must know the value of that jersey that you're wearing, that people, they fought for that star. The likes of Cheris Kosana, Papi Khomane, William Okpara. So by wearing that jersey, at that time, even today I'm still seeing it was an honor for me, and I want to say thanks to the chairman and also my teammates that I had, in different, seasons, and the coaches. They made me grow to be a better player each and every week. Going to Bafana Bafana, I had a very nice journey with the Bafana Bafana, and I've created my own history in my own way. I remember when we started to play, when South Africa, the first time they've won the COSAFA Cup, when we won the COSAFA Cup, I scored a winning goal. I remember the first leg we played against Malawi away. I didn't play that game. I was sitting on the bench. Coach, I remember the coach was Chicks Mashaba, so he didn't play me there. And then when we in Durban, and then I was sitting on the bench, and then I heard the supporters, the crowd started to call my name, and then Coach Sheikh said to me, I must go and warm up, and then I went to warm up. Then he put me in. I think if my memory it's correct, it was my second touch. Then I scored a goal. We won that game. That was the first time South Africa to win the COSAFA Cup. So I scored that goal. That's when I've created also I created a history. And then again, when we played against Nigeria, the first time in the history of South Africa, we played against Nigeria. I scored again a winning goal. We won the game 2-1. So, well, what can I say? That's a
moment.
Yeah, those are the moments. Definitely, man. Definitely, I'm not gonna forget those moments. And even now with Pirates, I'm still the highest top goal scorer in the history of Orlando Pirates. Just imagine, the team was born 1987 till now. I'm the highest top goal scorer, and the most thing is, I would say, that will confuse people is that how possibly that I can create a history as a midfielder to score more goals and create a history in the team. So with God, I did.
Well, Benedict, those are huge achievements. You were playing in midfield, a very good engine on you, and you scored a lot of goals. Yes. And I just want to make reference to our listeners who are listening. When you spoke about the star means winning the African Champions League trophy.
Yeah.
And every team that wins the trophy has a star put above their badge, and of which Pirates has 1, Sundowns have 2, and Al Ahly have many.
Yeah, I know. Al Ahly is a big team.
Yes. Now, in 2007, you then moved to Aalborg in Denmark.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that experience?
Yeah, man. It was a good experience. Like any player's dream is to go and play overseas. And at that time, when I remember my agent, Mike Makaab, said to me, "Hey, look, we have been invited for the trials in Denmark." I said, "Okay, no problem." But now is here in South Africa, we're off at that period. It was off season. So obviously, when it's off season, way back, like it's off season, you don't train, you don't do anything, you just eat. So I said to him, "Look, but I've been not training, I've been sitting at home, having all these nice things." So he said, "No, look," I told them, they said, "It's fine. A player, even if he's unfit, you can see that this is a good player. The fitness part we will deal with." So I went to Denmark. First training in the morning. Immediately after training, I think it was around about 12 during the day. And then they said to me, they're signing me. And I was like, wow, I'm unfit. I was not training for a month. And now after this training session, now they want to sign me. I was like, wow, okay, no, that's good. Then, yeah, man, I had, that was a good team in Denmark. I had good time, the coach, the players. the chairman, the PA of the chairman, you know, the supporters of the team. You know, I had good time there. Unfortunately, you know, if God decided otherwise, you can't say anything or do anything. So I just stayed there for a season, and I had to come back home because the sad thing that happened to me when I've signed for that team is, I remember I've signed and then I came back home, and then after 2 days, my father passed away. So then I had to bury my father, and then after that I went back, and then after a month, my elder brother passed away, and then I had to come back, funeral, then I went back, and then after 2 months, and then my sister passed away. So that was the killer one with my sister, because she had 2 kids, a daughter and then you know, a girl and a boy. And at that time, if I remember, I think the girl, she was about, I think 17, I think 16, 17, around there. And then the boy was about 13, 14. So, and in the family at that time, it was only me that was working. No one was working. Yes, my sister, she was doing 1 or 2 things in terms of doing things for her kids. So when she passed away now, no one now will take care of the kids. And for a couple of months while I was in Denmark, I was sending money home so that, you know, they can help them, you know, go to school, buy them things and all of that. But I find out that it was difficult because I couldn't cope while my sister's kids are still young and no one is taking care of them. And then I've asked parents. I spoke to the chairman and asked him that, chairman, I've got this problem at home that I need to take care of my sister's kids, and it's difficult for me while I'm away to take care of them because they are young, and my brothers also, they're still trying to find their feet, you know, looking for jobs and all of that. So it would be better if, you know, I come back and you can ask the team to loan me to you guys, and then I'll play and then see how things are going when I'm back home. And if it happens that I have to come back for, you know, forever, well, it will be, because right now I don't have a choice, but I need to be back home. And then the chairman promised to come back to me, but nothing. Then I spoke to Screamer.
Sorry, Benedict. So you spoke to Irvin Khoza, you told him your problem.
Yes.
This is a man whose club you carried for a long period.
Yes. Yes. And he promised to come back to me, and he didn't come back to me.
Up to today?
Then, till today, he didn't come back to me. And then I spoke to Screamer Chabalala also, and then he said, no, we'll come back to you. I speak to the chairman. I spoke to Floyd Mbele also. I even spoke to the chairman's son, Mpumi, you know, to try and put pressure to the chairman to say, hey, man, so he wants to come back. Yeah, well, let's take him back. But eventually it didn't happen. And while I was there, then I got a call from Sundowns. They said, hey, man, we've been looking for you for all this time. And because I remember after the funeral, because at that time the assistant coach was Harris Cheu. I don't know, maybe you remember.
No, I know Harris Cheu.
Yes, so he's got the son just diagonal, just opposite my house at home in Soweto. So now he knows me, so he knows because at that time the girlfriend, the mother of his son, she was a friend of my sister. So he knew what's happening actually in my family. And after the funeral, he called me to say, look, Sundowns wanted to come and play for us, you know. Then I've arranged a meeting with them that I'll come on Tuesday to have a meeting with them. And then that's when I called the chairman after that. Then that's when I spoke to the chairman, and then the chairman promised to come back to me. Then on Monday, I took a flight back to Denmark because I had to go and work in Denmark. Then it was after a week. On that week, I've been trying to call the chairman. He was saying, no, I'm in the meeting, I'll come back to you. No, you know, sometimes doesn't answer the calls and all of that. And then after a week, Sundowns, they got my number, they called me in Denmark to say, hey, we waited for you on Tuesday, you didn't come, what happened? Then I said to them, look, actually, my coach called me to say I must come back because on Tuesday we're having a Europa League game. So he wanted me to come and play that game. So I had to fly back to Denmark so that I can play that game. So then they said, look, we know what's happening in your life. We know the challenges that you're facing now. So as Sundowns, we want you to come and play for us. Can you come and play for us? I said, look, no doubt. I didn't even think twice. I said, perfect. They said, okay, can you give us the numbers of your chairman so that we can talk to him and then we'll come back to you? Fine, I gave them the numbers. After 30 minutes, they came back to me to say, look, everything, the deal is done. Everything is fine. We've booked already your tickets, everything. And what we arrange is your things, the team will put your things together and then they will send them to South Africa and then you'll get them from here. I said, okay, no, thank you very much. They said, okay, but we'll keep on calling you so that we show that everything is okay. But your flight is tonight. Just imagine, it was around 8:30 in the morning. They said to me, tonight you're coming back. Said, wow. What? They said, look, everything is done. We will send you your ticket. Everything is done. The deal is done. We're done. When you get to the team, because you're supposed to be at training by 9, and then that's when they will tell you. But we're just telling you now that everything is fine now. I said, okay, I'll hear from them. When I get to the training, then the coach and the chairman, then they called me to say, look, we know that we had this issue and we've tried everything to make you stay here, but it seems like we couldn't win. And yes, Sundowns, they came with an offer and we couldn't hesitate. So everything is done. So yeah, you're leaving, you're going back to South Africa, everything is done. Here's your ticket. They gave me the ticket straight there to say, here's the ticket. Sundowns, they put everything, they print everything. So your things, we will take care of them. We'll put them in the box. We'll send them to South Africa, and then Sundowns will get them at the airport for you. And yeah, thank you very much for you. We wanted you to stay here because you are adding value in the team, and we were looking forward to have you for the next 4 years. But you know, because of life, and so we don't have a choice, but we just have to allow you to go home because it's not going to help us as a team to have you here, and while your mind is in South Africa because of the family problems. So yeah, that's how I came back. And the sad part is I came back to Sundowns, everything was good, fine. And then 2010, Denmark was here. So because of the guys that I was playing with in Aalborg, the international team, so we are keeping in touch, you know, talking and talking. So I went to visit them in their camp, and then they said to me, "My brother, you know, as soon as we hear that you've got these problems the family problems, we've asked the coach and we've asked the chairman, to give you a better offer for you to stay in the team. And the team, they did put an offer for you, but you still refuse to take that offer. I said, what? They said, yes. I mean, we spoke to the coach. The coach called the chairman. We spoke to the chairman. We asked him to put an offer for you so that you can stay here in the team. And the chairman promised that they will give you a good offer. And the chairman came back to us to say they put a good offer for you, but you still refuse to stay. You wanted to go to South Africa. Guys, are you serious? They said, yes. I said, no, you're lying to me. What was the offer? The offer was, at that time I had 2 kids. And my sister had 2 kids. So my kids were supposed to come to Denmark and stay with me there and study there. So the offer was, look, Benedict, the chairman said they will bring the 2 sisters' kids, that's your 2 kids. They'll pay for them everything. They will get to a bigger apartment and they will increase your salary. So you refuse to take that offer also. I said, look, guys, I don't know.
Who would refuse that offer?
You know, my brother, in life, certain things happen for a reason. So I said to them, no, guys, you're lying. They said, no, you can call the chairman now and ask him. Then I called the chairman in Denmark. Chairman, how are you? Good. Chairman, I'm with the guys here, and they are just telling me that you put an offer for me to stay in Denmark. I didn't know anything. Can you tell me what was the offer? No, the chairman said, look, remember that your 2 kids were supposed to come, yes, of which we're going to pay for them. I said, yes. And then we put an offer to say, also your sister's kids, let them come also. We'll pay for them school and everything, and we're going to increase your salary, and we're going to get you a bigger apartment. And then we're going to get, also a helper to help you with the kids. So that was the offer that we put. We told your agent. I said, my agent knows about this. He said, yes. I said, no, Chairman, no.
Wow.
He said, you can ask your agent now about this offer.
So are you saying to me, they were so intending on keeping you, they approached your agent, spoke to Mike Makaab, told him, listen, we don't want him to go. Yes. We want to help his sister's children. We want to help his family. And that was not given to you.
Nothing, my brother. Then he said to me, you can call your agent right now. I said, okay. Then you call him, then I'll come back to you, Chairman. Then I called him. Mike, how are you? I'm good. Okay. Mike, I just spoke to the guys now. They said the team didn't put an offer for me to stay. And the chairman said he spoke to you about an offer. But you said, I still insist to go back to South Africa. I mean, if the offer that they've put it to say they'll take care of my kids and my sister's kids, everything, education and all of that, and also getting, because in Denmark, if you've got a child, the child gets 2,500 kroner.
It's called free school meal vouchers. In England, children get them as well. It's in order to help families with children when they get more children.
Yes. So also my kids are gonna get that. They'll take them to school, the apartment, and they will increase my salary.
Yeah.
He was quiet. Then I asked him, are you still there? He said, yes. I said, okay, thank you very much. God bless you.
Sorry, Benedict. So are you saying Mike Makaab, an official agent, obviously we have to give him the right to reply to what you're saying.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything to you. when you spoke to him?
He didn't say anything. I asked him, "Are you still there?" He says, "Yes." I said, "Okay. No, thank you very much. God bless you." That was the last time I spoke to Mike Makaab.
So, abandoned by Pirates, who you've done so much for.
Yeah.
You were in a difficult period. You needed to come back to South Africa.
Yeah.
Potentially abandoned by Mike Makaab, who's your agent. Obviously, Mike Makaab has the right to reply to this as well and give
Yeah.
his side of the story. You come back to Sundowns now.
Yeah. No, I came back to Sundowns. Yes, he made a good deal for me at Sundowns. I played for Sundowns, and then I got injured. And at that time, Sundowns, at that time they would keep on changing coaches, and we had a lot of players. So they were still trying to put the team together. But the problem at that time was, the changing of coaches, because coaches were not like, I remember we had Michel, we had Stoichkov, we had Trot. So the team was not stable. I got injured. And when I got injured, when I came back, then I didn't have a good relationship with Stoichkov. Then I went to ACES with the loan. Then I came back. Then Sundowns, they didn't renew my contract because I was not 100% fit at that time because I was coming back from the injury. And then I went to play for Black Leopards, where I had issues there in the team, and I decided to leave.
If you look at former professionals, more or less around our time, your time, even some now, not every professional has thought for the future after football. So there are some very sad stories. Players not working, former players not working, former players being abandoned by their clubs they bled for on the field, former players not financially preparing themselves.
Yeah, man.
Has any of that affected you?
Look, I'll be honest to you. That's why they're saying there's a transition in everything that is happening. One thing that I always say thanks God about is I've got a good wife. When you've got a good wife, it's not easy for you to lose the track, just to lose and end up doing all these wrong things, because when you've got a good wife, she'll protect you, she'll show you certain things that, you don't do this and all of that. My brother, before I can go to that, the crucial part in everything, remember that we've got agents, we've got managers, and those people, for me, are the people that they need to have players' interest at heart. That, remember that I'm playing. Here's the stadium. I'm inside the field of play. I'm playing. As my agent, you are sitting there in the suits with all these business people. There's a lot of opportunities. Some people are starting business and they want people to come and invest or whatever the case may be. Instead of you as an agent, as my agent, to say, look, you know what, I've got so he's a good player, he's gonna be a good brand. we can go 50-50 in this business, with him. I can arrange, a meeting with him, maybe tomorrow after training, we meet up, and then so that I can also share this with him, and you guys can sit down, can have, maybe a company together or whatever business together, so that, while he's playing, the company will grow because of his name, his household name. So when you've got this business, people don't know, they're not going to be, it's not going to be difficult for them to associate themselves with this company because of him. So our agent and managers, they don't do that. And then now, here comes the problem. When now I retire, who's there for me? No one. So, two is, I don't know those business people. I don't know them. But my agent knows them because he was sitting with them while I'm in the field of play, playing, watching the game in the suit. So instead of helping me while I'm playing to say, you can open this here, I'll run it for you. You can open this, we'll get people that they'll run it for you. After training, you can just pass by there, maybe for an hour, just to see your business, then you go and rest. Things like that, our agents, they don't do it. So that's why the life of players, it's like a cycle. It's still coming back like this. Things are happening nice. When you retire, you're going down again. You see?
Because there's so many tragic stories of high-profile players having lost everything and have nothing today, who are finding it difficult to adjust to life after football.
Yeah,
man. Now, talking about football and coming back to the glory of Orlando Pirates and Bafana, we are on the whistle. We like to get the supporters involved. So I've got 2 supporter questions for you. So here's the first one. Listen up.
My name is Kenneth Jessen. As a loyal and staunch Orlando Pirates supporter, and if I may add, probably indoctrinated by my late dad, who was like an unbelievable loyal Pirates supporter. My question to you, Mr. Benedict Vilakazi, would be, what do you think of the role that Dr. Irvin Khoza plays, being at the helm of Orlando Pirates, and at the same time donning the cap, which makes him so influential in South African football? I thank you, sir.
Look, the chairman has done a lot of work for football in South Africa, not for only Pirates, because if you can remember the transition that happened in terms of the NSL to Premiership, and then now today is a DSTV Premiership. You can see his work, and if you look at again how the football has been conducted in terms of, I'll put it this way, the teams are getting a good money today to run them, and our brand, the brand of football, the brand of our league in South Africa has been grown in such a way that, in Africa, and then especially after Pirates won the Champions League when they put a star. So he has done very, 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 very hard work, also bringing the World Cup with his team to South Africa. The first time ever such a thing has to happen in Africa. He has done wonders for South Africa when it comes to football, and I think we as South Africa, we need to really say we're really honored to have a chairman like that one, and a chairman that really he at some point he didn't mind to go out of his way, to make sure that the teams, the South African people, they are happy. So we need to praise him. We need to praise him a lot.
I've got another question from another supporter. Here it comes.
Hi, my name is Kevin and I'm a loyal Pirate supporter. My questions are, number one, in terms of the group of players that you played with at Orlando Pirates, who was the most talented out of that group and why? And number two, in terms of the decisions that you made that affected your soccer career, which was the worst decision that you made and how did it shape the life that you're living today? Thank you.
The players.
Look, man, I was so blessed to play with. It's so difficult to single one or two, man. It's so difficult because if I can say, what can you say about Thabo Mngomeni? What can you say about Steve Likwelea? What can you say about Jeris Kosana? Papi Khomane, Tugutugu Makanya, Steve Likwelea, the late Gift Leremi, the late Manyatela. Wow, man, wow. The late Chisamba, Dennis Lotta. Man, Chikoya, your former teammate. Wow, that guy, man, that guy.
I'll tell you about Chikoya, right? Up to today, I've never seen a left foot like that, right? Chikoya, Gordon used to say to him, hit this area. And Chikoya, firstly, had the thinnest legs I've ever seen on a footballer. And the biggest feet I've ever seen. But my goodness, could he cross a ball? He used to hit it with pace, weight, and if the defender is 6 foot, the ball would be just this high. So when you jump, oh man, what a player!
Man, Edel Bedina, Gofur Sapula, Kamal Said, Brennan Silent, man, that's why I'm saying I was blessed, man, to have those guys, man, because they make me grow in football. They make me to who I am today, because without their support, without their hard work, I doubt that I'll be where I am today, really. I'm not gonna lie. Those people, they played a very, very important part in my career of football, because to score those goals, I need those guys. I need Ochema Bizela at the back. I need Nechode, Chikoya with that cross, Poland line, finish up, or lay it down, I come and finish. I William Upara to stop in the post there so that they don't score goals. So those guys, I had a very good combination with them, and yeah, man. When you're talking about that, I become emotional, because without those guys, I doubt that I'll be talking to you as a highest top goal scorer in the history of Pirates. Thanks to those guys, and yeah, they helped me a lot. The second question is, I'm happy with all the decisions that I took in life. If I will question my decision, I always say it means I question God, because I can plan for tomorrow, but God only knows what tomorrow's gonna be for me. So with all the decisions that I took, with everything that happens in my life, I'm content with it. Like, I'm happy with it. Everything that happens to come to a point to where I am now, because if I'll question to say why I have to take a decision to come back to South Africa and leave Aalborg. Today, maybe I won't be sitting with my wife today. Maybe I was not going to have that opportunity to have that interest of being a coach, or again to have to study coaching and have to get that KFP license, and to work today at Itiski TV as an analyst. That's why all the things that I've went through till now, I'm happy. I don't have any regrets of any decision that I took.
Mr. Benedict Vilakazi, who I feel, if you were born in Spain, you would have been in the midfield with Iniesta and Xavi, because I thought your style fitted. I want to say thank you very much for your time, your honesty, and your conversation. It was a pleasure to speak to you. We wish you nothing but the best for the future. And wherever you are analyzing, we just wish you the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. You must check the YouTube TV. You'll see us. When Pirates, Chiefs, and Sanders are playing, you'll see me there. Thank you very much for your time. Even tomorrow, my brother, the door is still open. Thank you very much.
So that was Courtney's interview with Benedict Vilakazi. I'm Zain Nabi. I'm one of the co-hosts on the Whistle. And just to let you know, coming up in next week's episode, we hear from Mike Makaab, who was Benedict Vilakazi's agent. We've afforded Mike the right to reply. He offers a very different version of events to Benedict relating to his move to Denmark, and gives perspective on what South African players were earning at the time while playing in the Premier Soccer League. So we like to be fair. We like to give everyone the opportunity to give their version of events, and Mike Makaab will have that opportunity next week. So do tune in for that. And thank you for listening into the podcast this week. If you've come this far, please leave a rating, please like, and of course, subscribe to us on our social media platforms, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook on the On the Whistle podcast, or if you want to follow us on Twitter or Instagram, OTW_podcast. All the best.